As you can see, this is an article titled Stress, Depression and the Holidays, Tips for Coping. I'm highlighting the entire text from Mayo Clinic's website, copying and pasting it. I will now replace the byline with my own, thereby misrepresenting someone else's work as my own, and that, I think you would agree with me, is pure plagiarism. But what happens if I tweak the text a little bit? So it still says the exact same thing, it has the same structure, the same look, conveys the same idea, but I replace certain words with their synonyms. That will no longer be plagiarism, but it will be unfair content aggregation, and therefore unjustifiable. You'll see that we are illustrating that by replacing some words with their synonyms and committing unfair content aggregation. Example 2. My task is to write a feature about the holiday blues. And this is the structure I want to use. So I'm going to go online and check out a few sources. We know that generally sources like WebMD are usually pretty legitimate. We have the South African Depression and Anxiety Group, South African Federation for Mental Health, and Mayo Clinic. So I wrote my own intro, I used my own words, and I conveyed an idea that I got from WebMD. You noticed that there was a hyperlink, so I credited them. And if it's an online story, inserting the hyperlink is a best practice. So let's define the holiday blues. My source here was Mayo Clinic, I believe. And what I did was to paste their definition, but I highlighted it in red immediately because we cannot copy and paste. But I wanted the reference close, so I came up with my own definition in my own words based on what Mayo Clinic had, and I referenced the website and I linked to them. So I then went to look for some more details, more causes of holiday blues. Again, for reference purposes, I copied, but because we don't copy and paste, I paste the source text and I immediately highlight it in red, thereby avoiding a mere repetition of it. So I then write what they say in my own words. And because I have so many different sources, this story will necessarily have a unique look and a unique angle to it. So I've used my own words. I've used a direct quote. You can always use a direct quote as long as you properly attribute it. And there is my entire story. So that was another direct quote that I just marked in green so I could remember what it was. And then you just amend it so it fits your media house style. And then you'll have your story ready for publication in a way that is acceptable, not plagiarism and not unfair content aggregation.